Hey, guess what guys, it's almost spring and I am gonna give you a little tour of some springtime activities that I do and help you learn some new spring words and vocabulary and idioms all about springtime. Spring is here, vocabulary and idioms. Do you ever feel like you have spring fever? Spring fever means a feeling of joy and hopefulness when spring is around the corner. Do you have spring fever? You're walking with a spring in your step today. This means a bouncy walk of happiness. So you know this feeling when you have a spring in your step. It's like you're really happy about life, you're feeling good. We often feel like this after a long winter. Ugh, this weather is so awful. Yeah, but April showers brings May flowers. So this is what we say usually when we get a lot of rain in the spring, but this also can mean that we have to take the bad to get the good. So we need the April rain in order to bring the May flowers. So April showers brings May flowers. It's so wonderful to have Steph in our class. She's a ray of sunshine. A ray of sunshine describes the fun personality of someone. So are you a ray of sunshine? So look at how we say someone is a ray of sunshine. So we actually describe that person as that. So this is really someone who is fun, someone who has a positive outlook on life. Here's another idiom. Why do you think the grass is always greener on the other side? So this really means thinking that other people have it better than you do. So this is an idiom that we often use to talk about comparing ourselves to someone. So when we think that someone else has it better than we do, we say the grass is always greener on the other side. Spring is in the air. Here's a few more words to learn that describe this season. Blossom. This is the spring flower on trees of stone fruit. So stone fruit are like the cherries and apricots and peaches. Those are the ones that have the pit in the middle. These are called blossoms, and they are so beautiful in spring. We have cherry blossom festivals in many parts of the United States. This is called a bud, the beginning of a new flower in spring. So we can see lots of buds beginning when we have April and May in many parts of the United States. Sometimes it starts earlier in some parts of the country, but usually it's April and May. Which flowers are these? These are tulips and crocus. So usually we see crocus at the very beginning of spring, like right after the last freeze in March. We see the crocus start to come out of the ground. And this tells us that spring is around the corner. And tulips are those beautiful flowers that we see right in the beginning of spring also, but they usually come a little later in April. Hope you can get outside this spring after those April showers and enjoy the spring flowers. Ride your bike and enjoy life. Hey guys, I was wondering what you look forward to when springtime comes in Massachusetts.
I think I really like the fact that it's kind of a time of starting over, and it's a time of new beginnings. Like, there are all different flowers coming up. The weather seems to be easier to bike around in, and I like to do spring cleaning and just kind of start over, like clear everything out, declutter, and get organized.
Yeah. How about you, Susan?
Similarly, I really feel like after a long, dark, cold winter, it's so nice to see like the little flower that's called the crocus that's white or purple. It can even poke out from the snow, and you just have this sense like hope, like it's coming, like spring's coming. And then I start to see the robins around with their red breasts, and I start to like hear more birds. It just seems like sound comes back and color comes back, and people start going outside more often. So it's really a time, like we get longer days. It's really a time where like people get out of their, if they've had cabin fever from being inside so much because of the weather, then they start to just emerge and like start to feel the sunshine.
Yeah, the clouds go away and we get some more sunshine.
Yeah.
And Beth, what's one of your favorite activities to do in spring?
I like to get together with friends more. We do potlucks where everyone brings something. I like to bike around to different places in the city and have little picnics. Those are the two that come to mind. There's a festival called Wake Up the Earth in an area called Jamaica Plain, and people get together and talk about ways to protect our planet. And I especially like dancing in that festival. There's like salsa dancing and dance lessons and Zumba fitness, which is kind of like Latin music and aerobics combined.
Oh, that's so fun. Yeah, I'll have to put the link in the bio for this. Thank you. What about you, Susan? What's your favorite activities?
Yeah, so if I'm on the stationary bike inside, I like to get on the real bike outside. And people just, especially people like Beth and I who ride through the winter, other people they're available all of a sudden to start riding because people put their bikes away often for the winter. So it's nice to have people start to feel like it's warm enough for them to be outside. But then I also really just like being in the yard and just watching things come up and like helping doing some landscaping or that kind of thing. Yeah, or going to the Boston Public Garden and seeing the tulips come up.
Oh yeah, that's so fun.
Yeah,
that's really great. What time of year is that? Is that mid-April maybe or May?
Yeah, I feel like it might be like the beginning of April.
Right?
And then the middle of April
when it starts, yeah.
Has the Isabella Stewart Gardner Museum has the nasturtium that like cascade down the balconies, and so you can go because that was Isabella Stewart Gardner. That was her favorite flower, and it was right around her birthday. So that's always a nice event too in the spring.
Yeah, that's so cool. Well, thank you so much, you guys. I really appreciate it.
Sure.